Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Fifth General Zacchaeus and Set 'em Escapes. What up, y'all?
Yeah. It
What's
was
up?
good. Good to be here.
I'll fight through some technical difficulties. So, if audience, if y'all see me looking, I'm just monitoring the situation. That's all. All right, we're gonna start it off with we're gonna start it off with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle got attacked on stage. They twisted like this and all that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna also talk about today Kevin Samuels and the passing of Kevin Samuels. What I'm gonna do, make sure this don't cut out on me like it did last time. I'm gonna get right into the news article. This is from NBC Los Angeles. This is their report on the matter. I'm gonna play this audio.
Stage at the Hollywood Bowl is expected to be arraigned in just a few hours.
That's right. 23-year-old Isaiah Lee is facing misdemeanor charges. To explain why the LA County District Attorney's Office declined to file felony charges. Annette, good morning.
Hey there, good morning, Michelle, Adrian. Hello, everybody. Yes, the DA decided to pass on those felony charges that could have gotten Lee up to 4 years in state prison if he were to have been convicted. Instead, to pass the case on to the city attorney. Take a listen.
This alleged attack has got to have consequences. My office has filed charges alleging battery, possession of a weapon with the intent to assault, and charges relating to with a performance.
Yeah, according to officials, this is what Lee was allegedly carrying, a replica gun that contained a switchblade. Lee is seen in this video that was obtained by TMZ, where he allegedly charged towards comedian Dave Chappelle during the Netflix special at the Hollywood Bowl on Tuesday night. The 23-year-old was able to jump over the barriers made stage and then knock Chappelle to the ground. Now, according to legal experts, this is why the charges were downgraded, even though there was a weapon that was found. Take a listen.
Prosecutors have concluded he didn't actually use the gun. It stayed in his backpack. That's the thing that saves him from the felony charge.
Lee was loaded onto an ambulance shortly after the attack and later taken into custody. Now, if he is found guilty of those misdemeanor charges, he could get up to a year in county jail. Reporting live this morning from downtown, Annette Arriola.
All right, look. Hey, let me get your opinion, Cinema. Because I know you was listening to this very carefully.
Yo, what if that was Tom Cruise? What would the charges be?
Oh.
I'm just saying. Because of Chappelle, we ain't going to go all the way?
Come on, speak on it, because I got something to say. Speak on it. Go ahead.
I know you got something to say. I ain't got much to say. It's just to say, it's just the same old, and it's LA. What do you expect? Nothing against the people of LA. It's the government, the district attorney and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
We remember what it was like when Gates and them were back out there back in the days. I remember going out there and experiencing some things and not having a record. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it's,
So, all right.
It's because they stomped that dude out. That's
yeah. I guess they felt like he got justice enough, right?
He got Conglomerate, Flip Mode, some Jamie Foxx.
Yo, he got
before we were talking about how his arm was
chicken wing.
His face looked like he'd been in a prize fight.
What you say? Look like Martin after he got hit by Tommy the Hitman Hearns, and he told Gina,
exactly.
Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Mitch Green.
You know what I mean?
Green.
Yeah,
after Tyson hit him for real.
The lump on his head looked like it was growing another face. Like it looked crazy, right?
What? What's that? That's Total Recall. Like another creature.
Oh, right. He had like he had the two lumps like this, like the Cleon.
Yeah.
He got that
Yeah,
Star
the
Trek.
Klingon from Star Trek.
It was like two lumps, like back to back, like right here.
My man was looking like Worf from the Next Generation.
Oh my God.
He was hurting.
Oh my gosh, Lord.
Zacchaeus, man. What was your first natural reaction when you first saw the video footage of him getting attacked like that? Like, where did your mind
I was
go?
like, my mind was saying that, yo, Dave Chappelle got tackled like a football player. Cause that dude, that's right. He ran so fast on that stage.
Yeah.
You see, all I seen was like, Dave Chappelle reflexes is fast. I mean, he just, when he ran for him, when the dude ran for him, he just skipped out the way quickly. Yeah, that was so, if that was an older dude, he would have got hurt. That dude just ran on that. He ran on the stage so fast. I'm like, man, it was so unreal. He ran so fast on the stage. I'm surprised that he didn't, that Dave Chappelle, wait a minute. I'm surprised Dave Chappelle didn't even get hurt, because what if this man would have cut Dave Chappelle with a weapon? What if Dave Chappelle
would have killed him?
Would have got really hurt, or he would have stabbed him somewhere, and Dave Chappelle would have really got what happened? What would the charges be? What if
it was in New York?
Yeah,
because carrying a weapon, you're getting charged in New York.
Yeah, in New
know
York.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, regardless.
Yeah, and I have to really say that security was weak.
All right,
they should have detected that weapon. They should have. The way how they search people, they should have really had. Nobody should have access to the stage like that. Just run on the stage. I mean,
that's Hollywood Bowl security. But when the other security got a hold of them,
wow.
Let's talk about security, right? Let's talk about the security, the entry point security that checks everybody for weapons and.
They check the bags, everything.
So let's talk about that, right?
Yeah.
So
yes.
There were a lot of high profile people there. Diddy was front stage. So was Elon Musk. So they all they have their own.
Wow.
They have their own personal security, especially Elon Musk, right? So the fact that somebody was able to get in with a knife gun, with a replica gun with a knife on it, I guess we'll just call it a knife because it wasn't a gun that shoots, right? But it was shaped like a gun.
Yeah.
But it's metal encased. So I don't know if they walk through a metal detector. I don't know what type of procedures, if it's just a hand pat down. I don't know. Body search, back search. If it's going through an X-ray, like a little small X-ray. I don't necessarily know how that security is set up. But it was at an amphitheater. Amphitheaters are open in the back. An amphitheater is a theater with no roof, no back. So it's basically like a stage, and then there's probably like fencing and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's still outside.
Still outside, yeah.
So that's risky, in my opinion. And let's just keep in mind, we're talking about Dave Chappelle here. He's not just your run-of-the-mill comedian. He's a comedian who has a lot of negative attention against him because they don't like some of the things that he said on his Netflix specials. They don't like his opinion piece on George Floyd. Remember that? We talked about that.
Yes, I remember that. Yep, we talked about that.
They don't like his recent alphabet references to people in the alphabet gang. So community. So they don't like that. Okay. So where I'm getting at is Dave Chappelle has some enemies. Okay? So we're talking about a comedian who has some enemies. So security has to be very serious about this type of celebrity. Or any celebrity, but especially him. So, conspiracy time. Is it that he got through security with a knife because the security that might have been there didn't want to stop him? Him specifically. Was he an industry plant? Come on now, Zacchaeus. I'm going to give it back to you.
I think Cinnamon said it right. If it was one of the other celebrities,
Right. If it was a Jim Carrey comedy set, if it was Seinfeld on stage,
that dude would have been.
He wouldn't have made it to the stage. He would have got tackled before
he wouldn't have made it to the stage. He would have got tackled.
Yeah.
Or immediately tackled down and handcuffed and sent and drawn away and pulled away.
Mm-hmm.
But like going back to what you say in the comment you made, is he a celebrity? What is he a celebrity?
I said, is he an industry plant?
Yes, I heard the term before. Industry plant, meaning if is he a target to the industry? In other words, he's going against the grain. Yeah, he's one that speaks the truth. And you know how industry feels about people that speak the truth.
Industry plant. Industry plant would be an agent. Somebody who was paid by for a power that be against Dave Chappelle.
In other words, the guy that ran on stage would be an agent.
Yes.
The same way. Remember, I said that with Mike Tyson. I think an episode of
you did.
Yeah, and I said that. Yeah, and I said that not everything that you see is what it is. Because sometimes these guys are agents to agitate the actor or comedian to get them into some kind of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of trouble. So it could have been. That's why maybe he got a year. Could have been an agent that ran up there, and we don't see the common. A lot of us don't look at it that way, but those who like, I know all three of us, we think deep. We look sometimes things are not what they really. It's not what it is. Not what it appeared to be. And sometimes you got to look deeper into it. And they say, oh, no, you're looking, reading too much into it. No. Sometimes you never know. It could be an agent.
Yeah.
Never know. But still, yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's my take on it.
I believe this person was part of a plan and not just some audience member. I think he was part of a plan. I think this was a message. I mean, was this a way of telling Dave Chappelle, hey, you out here telling these jokes about trans and everything, this is our way of sending somebody at you, like a warning shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give it to Cinema. Cinema, what you think, man?
Please. They said this dude got more ties the more things. Alleged MAGA ties. but we won't even go there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing is why when these, how did he get through?
Mm-hmm.
To get that close with that clientele in the house, everybody in the front row, you've put all those people at risk.
Yeah.
Suspect.
Yeah. How'd you get in? Maybe a back door? Don't know.
Because security is supposed to check everything. Am I right? Security is supposed to check your bags, check this.
In Charlotte, I couldn't even get into a concert without getting thoroughly checked.
See?
And this is somebody from Europe, not even famous here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got checked. You even had your COVID cards checked. In your test or your negative test. I mean, it's not easy to get in this stuff right now. And so how is somebody like that getting to the front row with a
you never know. I mean,
remember
agitators, agents.
We can't forget Chappelle, is not a mainstream star. Netflix is against the grain. Number two, Chappelle won a major victory after, even after getting rights and royalties on his show, even when he didn't have a contract, by talking to his fan base and saying, don't watch my show.
Wow.
That Comedy Central had to renegotiate with him. We know what's happened to singers who's gotten their own contracts. All of a sudden, they like 3 of them died. Near after accident, overdose. You know how it goes. You know what they like to do. If they can't touch you, they got to scare you. They got to kind of, people, people are control freaks on the business end and power hungry on the power end. They're control freaks. So they got to send you a little bullet to let you know. We know what we still here. Need to watch yourself. Please. Chappelle moved to a town where everybody loves him and nobody can get near him. The only time you can get near him is when he's not home. Don't even try to go up to that town in Ohio. And Chappelle, even the music and all that stuff, right now, they're buying up catalogs in the music industry to get plays off of old music because they hurting. Because most new music that's good is independent. Am I wrong?
You're correct.
Most comedy is independent. And Netflix is signing these comics. And these comics are doing clubs and doing Netflix. When's the last time you seen a major person sign to HBO? Remember, it used to be comedians had to go to HBO and Showtime?
I remember that. Yes.
When'd you seen that lately?
It's been a long.
Like, they still do comedy stuff on there, but they're like regular people, not bad comedians. I ain't dissing the people who do HBO and Showtime specials now, but the heavy hitters on Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
And then a lot of movie stars who supposedly canceled by Hollywood got new life on Netflix. Like that movie, the Bird movie, revitalized Sandra Bullock's career again. So this is what we're dealing with. You know we dealing with this.
Yeah.
They ain't happy. And he's headlining a tour for Netflix and filling up the Hollywood Bowl. You know how many seats in that place?
Yeah.
And you got that level of celebrity there. You got Elon Musk in there who just bought Twitter. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's influence.
Yeah.
And so somebody ain't happy somewhere, but that ain't none of my business. That's above my pay grade.
See, that's why I feel like this was an agent move. Like, he was paid. Like, you mentioned everything that's against Dave Chappelle and how it's very possible that this was some paid op type of stuff. This sounds like paid ops.
Right. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden things are downgraded from the original charges. And then it's passed to the local prosecutor. And it's going to be county jail, which is not prison.
Something fishy.
Yeah. He's only getting a year.
It's fishier than a Brooklyn fish shop.
Smell like the frozen section in Western beef.
Exactly. Something might be spoiled up in there, though.
All my East Coast people, Western beef.
Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, New York, y'all know what we talking about. It was the store where you got your meats. Like, half the store's a freezer.
Yeah.
And that's where you got your beef. And these stores were located in the hood, so that's what we need to know.
Well, all right, I have a little more to say on it, right?
Okay.
So one of the things that I find interesting is the fact that like I said, but I also want to keep in mind on this, right? I'm very concerned for him. Like I really am because I think about the next shows coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think about how somebody asked, "Hey, how did Dave Chappelle not notice the guy run on stage before the tackle came?" Well, I want people to understand about stage lighting. All of us know because we're all performers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When you have the center stage light at your eyes and the foreground and the background dark, you're actually
You can't see.
you can't see. You know what I'm saying? So
Until something comes out.
until something comes literally at you.
Yeah. Yes.
So my advice, I don't know if they listen to us, but next show, you got to be careful with that lighting. You want to be able to give Chappelle and the security a chance to see someone making a beeline like that towards the stage because it was so dark. Like I could just tell by looking at the video, the audience was blacked out.
It was.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was. It was. It was. Yeah.
So all you have is I want everybody at home take a flashlight and just put it in your face for a couple of seconds and turn off the lights in the house or the room.
Mm-hmm.
You won't necessarily be able to see. You'll have like you know how when you look into a light at your eyes, and then when you blink, it's like you see like a purple dot. You can't. Your eyes adjust, so you can't really
Yes.
see. You know, the science of our eyes to adjust the way it is to keep us from being blinded.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so I would think standing on stage the way he did, it was hard for him. He saw it. He saw it last second. That's why he was able to kind of somewhat dodge. Slightly.
Right.
He still got hit, but he was able to see it while it was too late at that point. And that's why I'm glad that Chappelle wasn't stabbed. Because
Right. Yeah.
because
likewise,
sometimes things
yeah,
happen,
man.
it's too late. And then Chris Rock gonna come on stage,
Yes.
and then Chris Rock's gonna come on stage talk about, is that Will Smith? I'm like, oh, come on, Chris. Don't say that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Chris is gonna say another show the other week, and he said, "I got tackled, man." And Chris Rock talking about at least you didn't get tackled by tackle. Chris Rock is running his mouth. Ain't nobody can do anything about it right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to get Will mad again.
What are you gonna do? Will ain't doing that again. That's a one timer. That was so out of character. That was strange. I still got my opinions on that too, but
yeah. See, okay.
I mean, you know, Chappelle, that security was out there. The Oscars didn't see nobody come nowhere.
Right. See.
Well.
Well, but
yeah.
that's another day.
Yeah. So
we'll see what happens next. But it's like even in a comedy club, even though the audience is blacked out, if someone's making a trail towards you, the lighting is not so bright that you can't see somebody coming at you.
It was like a crazy dark.
Because if you go, the audience is dark in a comedy club, but if someone starts moving in there, the lights are just lighting them up, but it's not as bright as a spotlight in a comedy club.
Right.
It's just regular stage lighting. Like if you have regular stage lighting, like the lights we got on us ain't blinding us. It's just lighting us up. That's how the comedy club is. Just, you know, they ain't spending all that money. It's a comedy club. And so if someone's coming up at you at a comedy club, you see him and the security could even see and everybody can move. See, that is like concert lighting, which is totally different. And so even if you're a comedian, that's not normal comedic lighting. That's like lighting for a special, of course, you know?
Of course, yeah.
And then because if you're using cameras, you need more light.
Yeah.
To fill the, you know, for the iris and all that stuff. So that, you know, that's, you know, professional lighting.
The
which
flashing light
is
is
super
see.
bright.
Oh, see, yeah.
And so in a club, you can make a beat on somebody before they get to you. And you know, comedians are prepared because you don't know what to expect.
That was just yeah, man. Ugh.
And so it's just one of those situations that, you know, when it's like that, security got to be on
On
the
it, yeah,
up and
on it,
up,
yeah, up and up, yeah.
because
Mhm.
we don't know what else might come out of it as far as lawsuits and things of that. What was the security like? Was there a way for him to get in there around security?
Yes.
Because he had something on him. Did security check for
Mm.
that? Were they loose?
Yeah.
Now it's LA. Everybody's loose.
and more ways than others.
In more ways than one.
But
Yeah.
anyway,
But I'll leave that to your
More ways than
imagination.
one. Yeah. Yeah, man.
yeah, man. We
Mhm.
y'all got anything last to say about the topic? We're gonna get into our next topic.
I'm dead.
Chappelle has another Netflix special coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, he does. Oh, he does.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. They
Oh,
not-
please.
they're
He's
not gonna
keeping
like him.
Netflix afloat.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
Then, well, you know they're mad at Dave Chappelle because Dave Chappelle cracked a joke later on after he got attacked, saying that was a trans man.
See.
His
Mhm.
words, not mine. Anyway,
Mm.
so we're gonna switch gears here. We're gonna transition to our last topic of the show. Kevin Samuels. For those who know who Kevin Samuels is, from an internet success perspective, because they would never let a guy like that talk the way he talk on national television.
Never.
they just would.
Yeah, man.
Now he
That brother spoke truth. Yeah.
now
Yeah.
now I assume if you're listening to this show that you may be familiar with the almost said off of a video that he got popular off of during the pandemic where he told a woman she was average at best, right? So here's the context. This was a woman who he said had children by sketchy baby daddies, and
Wow. Yeah.
and wanted a guy who make over $100,000. And then she was whatever age she was like pushing 40 something. And the whole thing
Whew.
the whole thing that he was basically telling her was, look, you know, you asked because she asked him, what would you rate me? He didn't tell her that. She said, what would you rate me? He goes, well, what would you rate yourself? And then she said, I'm a 9.
Yes.
And he said, well, a 9 is Kelly. He said a 9 is Kelly Rowland and Rihanna's a 10 and Beyonce's an 8. He said, you saying you're on the same level as them? And then she goes, well, I'd say, he said, name is 1 through 10, but you can't use 7. She was like, okay, I'm a 6. So then he goes, ma'am, you're average at best. So a lot of women only saw that clip. They didn't see the full interview that he had with that woman. He was talking to her for a good 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah, you see the clip. That sounds savage.
It sounds
Yeah,
savage,
yeah.
right? But you know what I'm saying. And then she was,
Yeah.
and then she was laughing during the telecast. She wasn't really respecting his time. He had a whole nother subject on the table. She wanted to change the subject and talk about something else. He was trying to be nice.
Oh.
He said, before he said it, he said, ma'am, don't make me say it, please. Ma'am, don't make me say it.
He was.
Like, he really was trying. You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people don't like the fact that he tells women, hey, you know, you gotta fix your standards because your standards are too high. That's why you're single. You want
Yeah.
You're 90% of women. Y'all want 10% of the guys. That's mathematically impossible. You know,
See?
why don't
Yeah.
you focus on getting a good man? Why it got to be about the money? And secondly, if you're after a man for his money, what makes you think you deserve that? And secondly, this is the man you want. Does what you want you? That's the whole point that he was making. Listen, in life, in the dating world, and we all could attest to this, we may want something and find something attractive, but that doesn't mean it finds us attractive too. So the point is to
Right.
Yeah.
The point is to deal with those that is actually mutual interest.
Exactly.
Mutual interest in a matter at the end of the day. Okay? So, just want to get that out the way. But he passed away, you know. And what's crazy is it first started out as a rumor, and it was on a gossip website first. So, you know, it didn't have no legs to stand on. A gossip site. How does a gossip site get the scoop first? Right?
Somebody got lucky.
Yeah,
I would say that too.
Because because there were people online saying until TMZ says it, I don't believe it.
Now I have a day job, ladies and gentlemen, and what happened was a woman by the name of Melanie King was on YouTube, and she did a live stream, and she was like, "Hey, there's a rumor going around saying he's dead. I'm gonna stay on the air. I'm going to stay on live until we get to the bottom of this, until we get a phone call from him, until he goes live, something." Like, she didn't want to.
Right.
And she knew Kevin personally, you know.
Right. I know her. I follow Melanie.
Right. Dope woman. Fine woman at that. But never mind. Let me. Anyway.
Facts.
So anyway,
Facts.
so she so live. She received a close source that he actually had passed away.
Yeah.
Mm.
Tore her up.
That, I don't know Kevin personally, but to see her cry like that, I felt her pain. Like, I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
And you know what was crazy? I guess maybe some of us shouldn't be surprised, and maybe not him either. You know, there were women celebrating when they found out he was dead. Before the news actually got confirmed that he was dead, there was women getting on Instagram and Twitter and IG saying, you know, ding dong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there was women talking about, getting on internet talking about, for all y'all men out here who follow Kevin Samuels, your God is gone, your God is dead. What you gonna do now? And all this other stuff. And it's like, y'all treated him like he was a terrorist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There have been men and women who've said worse, and I didn't see them celebrating like this. They were celebrating like like it was Bin Laden. Remember when Bin Laden? Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I want to hear your perspective.
Man,
you trying to watch your words, huh?
Mm-hmm. I just heard my dad come in too. So.
Okay.
It kind of threw me off. I'm watching my words. It's like
yeah.
I don't care. It's like there's people who done my family wrong, and I did not celebrate when they died. I don't get that.
Yeah,
you having a party because somebody's gone. But maybe it shows how much power his words had over you.
Mm-hmm.
Because something hit, like my grandpa used to say, yelping from the rock.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you know, you may have loved the man, you may have hated the man, but you know, we've talked about this before. Let the man rest in peace.
Yes,
you know. Mm-hmm. Just let the man rest in peace, you know. And then, you know, people just putting because all sorts of details are coming up, just spreading stuff like wildfire without the facts, you know.
So, and you know what, we're going to get into that. As soon as I do this, Zacchaeus, I'm going to give you all the time you need.
Okay, cool, yeah.
I want to play, for the first time, I never heard this, I want to play the 911 call.
Mm-hmm.
For those who are listening, I don't know how intense this is, but I just say, you know, if you feel uncomfortable, just mute it. All right?
EMS, what's the address of your emergency? Is he awake?
No, he has an irregular rhythm. I can feel it. He's breathing in and out, but he has an irregular rhythm. It's probably his heart. So I need you to get here with the fucking.
Atlanta, I'm up.
Stop
What's
him.
on my man?
Come on, Taylor, you got it. Oh, come on, just try to breathe. Come on, you got it. Come on, think about your mom. Think about your daughter. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1,
I'm sorry.
2, 3, 4.
I need to call the front desk to get an AED. He's not going to make it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1. But ma'am, I don't want you to disconnect because something can happen while you disconnect now.
I understand, but I'm saying I need AED. If they have one downstairs, I need to get them up here now.
Are you able
So
to speak to the neighbor, ma'am, real
I'm
quick,
going to
and
hang
ask
up
them
with
to help
you.
you?
I hang up with you, or you call them in the front desk to give me a fucking AED right here now. He's turning blue. I cannot wait any longer.
Wow. Yeah.
Zacchaeus, let me get your reaction.
Yo, I think. Well, you know, that woman that was in the room with him was the last. She was, I guess, the last one to see him alive.
Yeah, I have her name.
And I think,
yeah, I have her name.
yeah.
Her name is Here we go. Her name is Hortensia Alessantara. Alessantara.
Alessantara. Oh.
She was born 1990. Mathematically, that would make her like what, 31, 32 years old? Yeah, 32 because it's
32,
yeah. 32 years old. Mm-hmm. Kevin is 56, 57 years old.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
According to the incident report that was released on May 5th, which was the date of his death, it says here that she stated that she met Mr. Samuels last night, came to his apartment, and spent the night with him. We know what that means.
We know what that means.
Miss Alessantaro also said that early morning that Mr. Samuels complained of chest pain, and she attempted to help him, but he fell on top of her and proceeded to notify 911. Miss Alessandra, who said she requested 911, operated to contact the front desk, as you can hear from the 911 call, dispatch call. He was responsive until Grady bus arrived. This is in Atlanta, GA. Then he was transported to Piedmont Hospital. So he wasn't dead on arrival. He was just unresponsive. Until he died in the hospital. Yeah.
Sad, yeah.
Yeah, Zacchaeus, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just wanted to bring that perspective.
Yeah, man. You know, Kevin Samuels. You know, when I think about Kevin Samuels, I think about a man that spoke from his heart. You know, he spoke from his heart. He spoke, I agree with a lot of things he was saying during his YouTube time about how a man approaches a woman, certain types of relationships, as far as like romance and what a brother expected and what a sister expect for a man to do for her, and vice versa, and how you're supposed to conduct yourself. I don't know. I find that I just found his death came all of a sudden. Not like the man was sick or nothing.
He did a show the night before.
Pains, or maybe it was an ongoing condition that couldn't. But in the same token, I would say that sometimes things are not what it really is. Now I don't know that was with him. I don't know who she is. Nobody knows who she is.
Right.
But I don't want to say it, because you know those. He was not like he was. He just had he was complaining of chest pains, and he just fell to the floor.
Well, she said his chest pains.
I don't know if it was
right. She said his chest pain started that morning, and also keep in mind she said she had met him last night. She didn't say anything about meeting him prior to. Like, she didn't say anything about how this was her boyfriend or they had dates, a series of dates. I mean, it just seems like a mysterious woman who just so happens. I'm just saying, this just seems like a mysterious woman who just so happens to be there. She's obviously young. It was said that she was a nurse. I don't know what type of nurse.
Yeah. And she fell to the floor and just caught. I mean, it seems like a clear cut death, like nothing, no suspicious play.
Yeah.
But it seems like that. It's not no Sam Cooke. It's not no Sam Cooke thing, you know. Not no Sam Cooke thing, you know. But
well, I want to know what happens with this autopsy.
Yeah,
I don't have the autopsy report. I'm gonna see if it actually comes up, but the autopsy will say what was in his system.
Yeah,
because there's rumors that they said that he might have had. I don't know. I don't want to put that out there, but they tried to say that there was some activity that he engaged in. But we got to get this autopsy though.
Yeah, let's get the autopsy first. Yeah, some activities that he engaged. Oh man, they love saying that about us a lot. You know.
Oh yeah,
certain foul play.
Yeah, they always want but they always want to say drugs. Here's the thing: the incident report that I sent y'all guys is that they already ruled it as a miscellaneous non-crime. That's kind of quick if you don't know exactly what happened. All you know is you're showing up to an apartment and there's a man dying and a woman there. You don't necessarily know what's happening. The last time I checked, usually when something like that happens, they question the person with you and they automatically think that you could be a prime suspect because you're the last person they was with.
Right. Yeah.
So a lot of people feel like, yo, don't tell me this brother was set up. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are asking that question. Was this brother set up by this woman? Who is this woman?
Yeah, like I said before, you know, and it was sad too. I wanna put that out there. It was sad too that his mother had to find out through, I think, social media.
Talk about it.
And I found out that was wrong for them to put it. I was right. She found out through social media.
Yeah,
and they just put it out there, and that's how she found it. It was so sad. It was really, really sad. And I thought that was foul for them to even put out. Get facts first and then put it out. Don't just put everything out on social media. Kevin Samuel seemed to me personally, he seemed like you can never tell what some internal health issues somebody have by looking at them. You never know.
He looked relatively healthy because he was a slender guy.
But he looked like a healthy man to me.
Yeah, slender build guy, tall, 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, slender. Yeah, very
fit.
Yeah, he seemed like a fit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a fairly healthy dude.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Yeah, you never
you
know.
know. I mean, you never know, man. Till this, a lot of people's deaths sometimes remain a mystery, and still this day, still a mystery. You know.
Right.
So you never know if it was. There's things called fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Am I saying it right?
Yeah,
fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
Yeah.
That was the rumor. That they were saying that he had coke, that he consumed coke laced with fentanyl. But that's the same thing they said about Michael K.
Yeah, and a lot of people, if they want to bump you off, and if you're a person that's a stand-up kind of guy to speak truth, there's many ways. There's many ways to get rid of you. I'm gonna put out another brother that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
Who was the he was at the time, this Muslim brother, 1994. He was big in the 90s. Oh, Muhammad. I'm trying to think of his name. He was very big in the 90s. And he was poisoned. I believe he was poisoned. I think he was under Louis Farrakhan, Khalid Muhammad. I believe he was poisoned. because Khalid Muhammad spoke a lot, and he spoke against Jews too, but he spoke a lot of facts, and he was a fairly healthy guy too, very healthy dude. Khalid Muhammad was very healthy, and all of a sudden there was a mystery. You know, there was a UFC fighter that was very healthy, and he mysteriously died. In other words, there's a lot of people that is a mystery. Now, I don't know if Kevin Samuels was a mystery. I don't know, but we'll find soon. The truth will have to come, and we'll have to find out. But it's just, I find it kind of strange. He held onto his chest, and he collapsed all of a sudden. Something to think about, something to think about.
Cinema.
Yeah.
Give you a take on it.
That's tragic. Number one, you can tell she's panicking.
Yeah. And she's a nurse.
And she's nervous because of who it is.
Who it is.
And what they've been asking for location.
Yeah. She didn't know the apartment, obviously. Remember, she was panicking so bad that she didn't go outside and look at the front of the door.
Right.
Because she said she was afraid that if she would have left him, even if it was for a second, because I guess she was performing CPR or whatever, chest compressions and stuff like that.
Yeah, and just keeping them going as best as she could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know much about Atlanta, but I know they have the thing where they can trace your phone. It's a lot of things, but I can't speak on a system I don't even know.
Yeah, they could,
but,
they could geolocate. I think geolocate or something like that. You're
right. It's an approximate.
Yeah,
but
it's approximate. Yeah.
But you can get in the neighborhood. Oh, I see the ambulance.
Right.
Right. I'm upstairs. Then, it's just really unfortunate. Yeah, and it's unfortunate, that it's got to come out this way or it happened this way or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, until you know everything, like a lot of stuff don't add up.
No,
in my opinion.
Yeah, man.
And so until we know everything, it's like you're getting bits and pieces, but it'll come out. But the whole thing is, the autopsy is going to tell a lot.
Yeah.
So I want to get into something before I go further. Here's a video. Here's a video of actress Vivica A. Fox giving her opinion on his death.
This man was a hypocrite, in my honest opinion. He really was. I didn't find anything about him to be healing. He insulted African American women on a consistent basis. One of his last statements that he said was that if you're over 38 and you haven't married or something like that, that you're no good and disposable. To me, he was a shock jock. And, I hope this is teaching folks a lesson about the karma that you put out, the negativity that you put out in the world, that when karma comes knocking at your door, she might not be so kind. So, the fact that he killed over real quick and was supposedly with a woman that we don't yet know the nationality. Rest in peace.
Your mom. All right. So that was Vivica A. Fox's voice in her opinion on his death. Cinema.
I'm afraid that's my girl too.
I mean, she twisted his words, but I mean,
rest in peace.
Her sentiments are shared with many other women who, I mean, really hated this man. You know what I'm saying? But you have many women who I've saw women cry for this man. So obviously he meant something to somebody. And nobody cared about Kevin. Nobody had an issue when Kevin, in his earlier days, when he was on YouTube, he was talking to the men and correcting them. Nobody had a problem with that. It's only when he started talking to about women and to women,
Yes.
that's when everybody was
Yeah.
up in arms. I mean,
Yes.
what did Joker say? Something. No one bats an eye. Da 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 da. Everyone loses their minds. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
Dark Knight reference. You know what I'm saying? Cinema, go ahead.
Gotta be careful. Even if you don't like the dude, there's people they're like, I just didn't put nothing up. I just don't say nothing.
Yeah.
I just keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if somebody, somebody's like, there's people. I give the family my condolences and I keep it moving.
Yeah.
Because whether you like somebody or not, there's somebody that loves them.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody that's grieving.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing somebody needs to hear.
Yeah, his mother.
When they lost somebody.
Yeah.
And if their family cray cray, you just made yourself a target.
Well, they're saying, Well, they're saying that now Kevin Samuel was originally born in, I think, Oklahoma City. So I think the funeral is going to happen there.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, it's like, there's a saying, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you don't got to say anything at all.
Yeah.
It's like, if I'm asked, I didn't agree with much of what he said,
right.
Yada, yada, rest in peace, condolences to his family.
Right.
And it's like, the way social media culture is now, and how people just speak out and, a lot of, it is what it is, but it shouldn't be this way. These things, you say these things, they're on the net, they're out there forever now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 years from now, they'll be playing this again, this little, quote.
Yeah.
People will be making reels or whatever is fashionable at the time of it,
Mm-hmm. Good point.
It's like a lot of people are reckless with stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you don't like the dude, it's like some people, I won't put nothing up. I'll leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Because give the family the respect.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to like a person to, just to do the right thing. It's like, and compared to things I've seen down my timeline, that's nice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of venom out there. And it's like, it's not the time. It's not the time to be having celebrations, party,
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of people are just saying condolences, acknowledging it. This is somebody influence. I put up something in my story just to let people aware that it's been confirmed.
Yeah.
And it's like whatever your opinion of the man, I ain't never had nothing against the man.
Yeah.
But you gotta you have to there's a line. There's a line of I'm gonna say this. There's a line of class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And respect. There's a line of class. And when you go classless, because we talked about this before years ago with the fans making fun of Derek Fisher's daughter, the surgery when he went back to LA. There's a line of class. When you pass that line of class, you want to talk karma? Universe?
Yeah.
It's like, You could have just left it up. Let sleeping dogs lie, my mother used to say.
Yeah.
Just, just okay. Make a statement, clean as quick as you can, and keep it moving.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
Because venom doesn't help anybody. I'm at a point in my life where if I don't mess with you, I just don't. I don't go around talking to people about you.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't really, I'm not trying to mess up your money. So it's like, it's the craziest thing. People talking about you trying to mess up your money. Well, dude, I just did a clean break. Do what you do. There's that thing of class. You have to, there's just lines you don't cross, especially the dead, because the dead can't defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Facts.
Zacchaeus?
Yep.
What's your opinion on what Vivica said?
I just feel that there's a time and place for everything, man. I was shocked that she actually said that because I didn't expect her to say that. I expect, because we everybody we're the worst with each other.
I definitely expect her to talk
And,
about that. That's a woman of a lot of attitude, man. She said a lot of things about some man stuff, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and you don't just put things out in the atmosphere. So his family is grieving, and his family is grieving. His mother's grieving. His family is grieving. So, what's wrong with saying condolences to his family? And if you have nothing to say, don't say it at all. It's condolences to the family. I did. You can easily say this. I never really agree with what his what he said, but I still see he's a brother. We lost another one. We lost a brother. So R.I.P. to him and condolences to his family. Simple as that. You don't gotta it's like drag him in the dirt. No, he's gone. He's gone now. Now you're gonna just drag his name in the dirt. Yeah, nah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't agree with what she said. No.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna close up the show.
Yep.
I'm gonna give my last thought in a second. Any last thoughts on anything that we talked about today before we wrap it up?
No,
I'm good.
I'm good. Yes, man.
So I'm gonna give it's been a while since I've done a final thought, my own final thought. So I'm gonna say this. There's a famous saying, right, that says, when a person is speaking, you could chew the meat and spit out the bones, right? Chew the meat, spit out the bones. So there's a good and a bad. You could take the good from it as you want. The thing is, his legacy is going to be, hey, I spoke something, but did you learn something? And I'm pretty sure those who followed him, I watched him for about a year. I'm sure those who watched him at least can say, hey, you know what? Out of all the things I disagree with, there are some things that I can say that I did agree with that he said. And a lot of things I want to say that he said is nothing new. He has said things that men have talked about for years. It's just that we just have this YouTube modern era where he said it. You understand? I remember a show, one of the main shows that inspired my my passion for talk radio, and that is a show that was on TV One a long time ago called Black Men Revealed.
I remember that show. Yeah, I remember it.
Yes. Some of the things that Kevin has said this year and last year are things that I've heard over. I mean, I was coming out of high school. I mean, we're talking 2005. I've heard that back then, So it's just the fact that he's spoken unapologetically, and the amount of times he did speak it. That's what I think that really upset people. If I say something one time, okay. But if I say something out of 365 days a year, 156, I mean, you're going to really hate me because I didn't say it 156 times. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to give a rest in peace. I'm going to say condolences to his family. his daughter, his mother. You know, these are two people that he's talked about publicly on his show that he's proud of, that he loves dearly. And those are the ones who are going to miss him the most, and his friends and family, and his friends that he calls family. They're going to miss him the most. Okay.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, I just want to ask people, hey, did you learn something? And that's all I'm going to say. All right. Cinema, let them know where they can reach you, man.
You can reach me at the cinema. It's over here. Twitter, Instagram. You can look up Cinemascapes Media on Facebook. Pretty much, or Cinema Cinema TTV also on Instagram.
Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Zacchaeus.
Yeah, you can reach me on Instagram at Zacchaeus Music right here at Zacchaeus Music on Instagram, and Wayne Backus Gospel also on Instagram. Also, you can reach me on Facebook, Wayne Backus 167 on Facebook. Also on Twitter at Wayne Backus 2 on Twitter, TikTok, Wayne Backus Zacchaeus on TikTok. Yeah, blessings.
All right, y'all can get at me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Fifth General. Remind people the Round Circle is on streaming platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, and Pandora, and other streaming platforms. YouTube channel Fifth General TV. All right, just for those who are new to seeing our video, because this is the kind of the first time we've been doing video all these episodes. I want to say something to my brothers real quick. We've had a great season so far.
Mm-hmm.
This is looking like one of our best seasons of the Round Circle.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
wow.
So I want to thank everybody who I've been noticing an uptick in views ever since we started doing videos. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
The views are going up on YouTube. The streams are picking up as well. But the streams were always the streams even before the video. But I like the fact that the views for YouTube are starting to improve more than they ever have, and that makes sense because we have visuals now. Even if we're,
thank you,
in different
Thank
parts of the nation. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to everybody who've been listening. You know what I mean?
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
man.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it out of here. We'll see y'all next week on another episode of the
Peace.
Round Circle with the
Circle.
Fifth General,
Yes.
Zacchaeus and Cinema.
Zacchaeus.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.